the Big Talk. And today, I'm joined by
Oscar Ortega.
And me, your lovely host, Charlotte Kutment. Karibu sana. And today we're going to speak about a particular topic. Maybe umesikia, maybe haujasikia. Kingpin politics.
Yeah.
Now for me, that particular word has so much meaning. Haujasikia, maybe umesikia, like during election times, Caribbean, right? Tunaona watu hapo, Rift Valley Kingpin, Central Kingpin, like a Kingpin. Oscar, what do you have to say about it?
To give an elaborate, a better understanding about it, it's Kingpin in Kenyan context in kumaanisha. These are political bigwigs. Political bigwigs in the country. And I'll give you an example. Kama last election, you find that the political kingpin was Central, alikuwa a former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Sindio? For Central, it was, for Rift Valley, was our president currently, President Ruto. And now for the Nyanza region, it was Mzee Baba mwenyewe, Right Honorable Raila Odinga. For Ukambani, it was former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka. So you find for each and every single region, these kingpins wamewekwa in a certain that they have influence over the people there, and they can actually even swing votes.
So what main word is influence?
Yes.
So influence is a particular thing. Now, today we're not discussing the kingpin. We're just going to say the bad, the good, and do we really need that term? Because for me, that term is very discouraging because now, tunasema Kenyans are not a tribalic country, or we are trying not to be tribalic anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like in a letter there was tribalistic concept ever, especially like during elections.
Yeah.
Media can report Kingpin Rift Valley, and I'm like,
and they usually put it in the Ukambani leader. Kalonzo Musyoka is trying to like literally see like as much as the media is saying that tribal politics is trying to move on, but they're actually the ones enhancing it. And actually because unapata politicians, they end up not calling themselves these names. Like saa zingine tunataka kuekelea, tunataka literally like put in shade on them, but you find like when the media is actually going to do a story, they give a whole name into it. Kingpin politics.
I think pia inafanya politicians wengine was strive kukuwa a kingpin. And let me be honest, as Gen Zs, none of us cares.
Honestly, no one cares
about who is a kingpin or even a queenpin. We don't care about that type of thing. We only want to hear a leader. What is your manifesto? What's your agenda for the Kenyan nation? Pale una represent. We honestly don't care about the kingpin. And that's what I'm saying. It brings a lot of inanibo, like inaniuma, that it's something so loud. And I think kuna a specific generation and people who like wanna peda your term. Like
I think our folks.
Like our folks. Like I don't know who to introduce you on stage. Welcome. Kingpin. I'm like, sir, no one cares about that. We really don't care. And I hope leaders, when they watch this, if they watch this, if you're targeting young people for your votes in 2027 or years to come, people don't care about kingpin politics.
What you can say is you can have influence over a region. And you find the kingpin problem is not even them being a kingpin. It's because it's bringing a tribalistic nature into it.
Such a tribalistic.
That's now the problem is not because, let me give you an example. Like in the States, if you want like to vie for a Congress seat in the state of New York, for you to get actually that, you need somebody who is in, like, let's say a big senator. Like, let me give you an example. Bernie Sanders if you get Senator Sanders' endorsement, you'll actually have a chance of winning. But it's not from a place of it's from a certain community. And the guy is white, but actually endorsing a Latina. Like for their context. Even for our context, you can have influence. That's okay. You can't limit influence on anyone's life. If you have influence, you have it. So, agomna takuja kunyang'anya, but do not use it to try and make one certain community bigger than the other. And that's now, because even for us as you're moving forward, you want to be able to have no tribalistic conversation. It's what have you done for the people?
Absolutely. I think that's what I love about our generation. Of course, kuna wale a few who are still on like tribal lines. But for many of us, we honestly, and I mean honestly, from the bottom of my heart, do not care about kingpin. Or like where you're from, or if you influence a certain tribe, if you influence, like from my side, from the Kalenjin side, if you influence the Kikuyu, none of us really cares about that. Go down the road in Nairobi or anywhere, ask a Gen Z, ask our age, what's a kingpin? Watakuangalia like, bro, what are you saying? Because the definition of kingpin itself is literally during bowling, right? Your pin ya katikati.
Wow, yeah.
Unaona, hiyo pia katikati ina influences other ones. So if we go katikati inagonga
kila mtu.
Everybody. Yeah. That's just the definition of kingpin. But now, even to just attention to our media, that it actually spoils even how you view or how you vote. Because we're like, hey, come on, I'm kingpin, killer, sir. Then I'm going to look for this particular one now to lead our tribe, which is
because even if like the last election cycle leads, ni kwa sababu mtu ametoka kwetu, acha nijaribu kumwendorse, but you find out this kingpin endorses someone and he end up becoming one of the worst.
Absolutely.
Like badly, because at the end of the day, he's not a leader. He's a wannabe politician.
So I also believe, and I think you can also tie in with this, is that the media plays a big role, and I mean a major role. Me, I learned the one kingpin on media, like on TV.
Yeah.
When you watch TV and I'm like, oh, do you have kingpin of Rift Valley? And I'm like, kingpin? Who told you you're a kingpin? Why even using those words?
Who made you a kingpin?
Like in an influence or to even view, because people are using now media to like know what's happening. Some people have never watched this for a long time. We use Twitter. If you see a post by a social media account from a media house and they're like, kingpin of it, I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who actually cares? And it's actually to drive into tribal lines.
Yeah.
Sana. Inafaa tu kusema nani ana lead Kenya.
Exactly.
Nani ana lead this particular county. Not just on community. And maybe it might come to a few people that I don't know what I'm saying, but we honestly don't need that term. Honestly, if I was the president, if this was like place yenye naweza sema yenye nataka, I would literally call that word unconstitutional. And if you say it, right to jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think it's an overused term, or better to put it, outdated term. You can have influence, but use a better term to use it.
Especially if you know our country and how people are still high on the tribalistic thing.
Yeah.
Why use a word like that?
Of all the words.
In an Igbo, honestly, and I think people should do that much more better. I think media houses should use better words. Should just even say the name of the leader, honestly. You don't even have to put... But I understand, like, tragic and sad news sells more than good news. But I think just from our generation, we honestly don't care at all about kingpin politics.
Yeah.
Maybe our parents' generation, but for us, no zeal.
And for us even
nothing.
As for us even as Big Talk, I think we've made a decision to have conversations and actually elaborate more.
Absolutely.
And actually educate, because at the end of the day, a kingpin won't give us good policies in parliament. He won't pass legible laws that actually help the Kenyan. The common wananchi, ule mama mboga, ule mzee wa nduthi, you get. And it's now also our responsibility. For us, the good thing is we're not just coming up with issues. We're actually placing it and saying, yes, there's an issue, but it ends with us and we're starting something new.
Yeah.
So, yes, you have influence, but you don't lead the whole community. And even if you do, you can't use that to actually woo people and to actually keep thinking that you're much more, one community is better than the other.
Absolutely.
For us and our generation as Gen Z, we decide to see you for what you bring to the table. Show us your manifesto, we judge you by what you do. Simple.
And your character as well.
Very important.
Your character as well. If before you've been in scandals before and you want to vie for a seat, hey sir, we'll just look at you and be like, you're yende. And I imagine to be corrupt for all those years, right? And then ukuja hapo tuambie you're the kingpin of this community. Are you mad? Are you mad?
Yeah.
So that's just my thing. For us to also stand up as Kenyans and say, let's just luga tuache. And also as media houses to be very, very efficient and very careful with some words that they use, because they influence a lot.
Yeah.
This is how social media is, like literally we're getting our news from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Very true.
Do you have anything else to add?
I think it's over.
I think it's over. I think there's nothing else you can add to such a topic. Short, clear,
cut and simple,
precise, of we don't like that word.
Yeah.
People should do better. Let's just see you and as your character as an individual, rather than who you're going to influence in a community, in a tribe. I think Oscar and I have been fortunate enough to travel. We were in Burundi a while back, and in that particular country, to say you're a particular tribe, it's loudly,
you can even end up in jail.
You can end up in jail
because of what the history it carries in itself.
Because they know, we don't want to have that differences again. You know, people murdered, war, and all that. We don't want that to happen. So I think as Kenyans also, we should have the heaviness of like, but we don't want to bring a dispute. That's every single time, right? Just before elections, people become the most tribalic. You're no like, reason. Bro, tuishi pamoja, right? I think that's, we should take it to heart that such things, and these things actually make sense, and these things are actually so deep.
So deep.
Yeah. Asanteni sana for joining us, and see you on the next episode.
Bye-bye.